Another day, another stream. Very late. I just came back. I was out and I decided to still do this today. Yeah, let's see where we were. So I'm going blind here. Let's go full screen. Sharing full screen. Nice. I hope everything's working. The sound and everything. Last time my sound was a little bit too loud at the end, like you can hear my voice. So I hope this time it works. Yeah, let's see where we were. Actually, let me just undo what I have here. Okay. I think I'm gonna now just animate perspective 1. Yeah, I think it's about right. Here there is this like part where it pops, the belt comes in. So I need to figure this out. See, from here, suddenly we have a belt here. So I'll just try to like maybe make it look like it comes from the belt, this thing. Let's try to make it look like it comes over the belt. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess when the knife is there. Let's hide the knife. Let's figure it out like after I've done this part. So maybe it's easier. Find these intersections all here. Here goes down. I need to like so maybe this one I can exaggerate a little bit this. Yeah. It's a lot of cheating, obviously. Let's see. a little bit of a mess, to be honest, but let's just go with it. Okay, let's do a quick pass here. I think let's add a couple of keys here. Here. Oh man, I hate this whispering song. It's like ASMR or some straight in my headphones. Like I can hear someone chewing food or something. In any case, here we go. Da-da-da-da. Do a quick pass here. Goes back. Let's kind of overlap it a little bit, slightly. Here, this is here. Here I'm gonna try to like hide everything basically as much as possible. Just something like this, I guess. Yeah. Here. Here. Overlap. Boom, boom. Put it a little bit further. Just push it back. So it's like a settle kind of motion. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm selecting the wrong things here. Overlap. Man, it's so hard to like figure out what did I do when they're like moving so fast. Like this became this. It's a little bit too much, to be honest. see, not a little bit, it's too much. Let me see if I can just yeah, so I wanna flip because everything is more than it should be. So I'm gonna try minus equals 179. Okay, and now I can play with this. Yeah, I think that's okay because either way it's from the front, the shot. But let's try to like do the most obvious parts, like this for example. And these parts. It's like do a little bit of overshoot here. Here, when it goes back. Actually here I can go to the kind of this part's key up here. It's there. Here. Is it perfect? No. Is it okay? Yes. Keep animating, having some fun. Late at night, laughing a good breath. When life is tough, you keep going. Keep animating. Leave. More of this. Yes. When it comes here, it bends way too much, so I'm gonna try to like just adjust it here a little bit. here. Go. Let's go. This guy. Let's go. 6. Go. 6. It's nice. Go. It's okay. Let's go a little bit inside here. 16. We start having problems. Boom. Inside, down, inside. 20. It's a big problem here. Boom. Keep it down. Just basic. Nobody's gonna see the backside, but I'm still gonna do it. Why? Because I don't know. Because I'm me and I'm a perfectionist, and I'm lying because I'm not really like. Yeah, I am a perfectionist, but I'm not doing everything I can in every animation. I'm just doing kind of like, it's like I can live with it. You know? It's like I'm not going crazy here with my notes, like giving myself notes, I mean. Because I could go crazy, like overanalyzing everything. And worrying about like everything. But this is my short. It's like I do it for fun, I do it for me. I do it to share a little bit of animation with everyone. A bit of like a life, like artist's moment. I don't know. It's like my meditation, I guess, a little bit. As if I don't animate enough for work, I need more. I guess it's kind of funny to say that, but and you see here, gravity. Take it out. Did you know about gravity? I am thirsty. Crazy day today. A lot of feelings. Yeah. Many things have happened today. Trying to like process everything. Here talking on my imaginary audience and making myself feel better while I like work on my goals. Yeah. So now I'm just like gonna quickly do another overlap pass to these things here. Boom. Boom. 5. Overlap. Play it. It's good enough, no one's gonna see it. I don't like a lot of this, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's okay-ish. Let's fix some of the most obvious things here. Some intersections. Here you see. Something like this, we can just maybe move it out a little bit like that. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is like have the camera kind of like this. And end up like that. So it's kind of like zoom in a little bit. Not zoom in, so much like track in. So it's gonna like just go closer. But we'll figure it out later. For now. Let's continue one more like plate here we have. It's gonna go 6, 12 keyframes here. Here we already have an issue here. Let's hide the part, like do this somehow. It makes sense. Oh wait, no, actually this could be, let's see. Lighting to shaded lighting, boom, it's gone, you see? Sometimes some rigs are like this, some geometry. Just gonna do that. Yeah. Gotta love this stuff. Gotta love me some good animation. Yeah, 12. Okay, that's okay-ish. Boom. We start moving, we start having problems immediately. That's how it works. 20. Okay, he's gonna cover this part. Just this like weird hole here. Need to make sure that from the front it doesn't look very weird. Something like this, I guess. What if I go boom, boom? Why do I make this sound? So you're gonna ask, and I will say because I can. And because I want to. Oh man, I'm tired, but I love it. Oh. There we go. Okay, here, boom. Okay, it's better. Close that. And here, go back, go in. It's gonna go like that somehow. Let's make it work. It's like here. And here it's gonna be there. But you know, here, let's make it a little bit already like that. Nice. Maybe here, go back a little bit. Okay. Oh my god, our samurai is making some nice movements here. Miyamoto, you're the best. Let's go. This 6, 12, 6, nice. Let's go. It's not nice actually. Let's fix it. Go down. Let's go there. Let's go out. There. Now it's better. Okay, I didn't go at 6, I'm going at 7, but it's okay. 12. Down. Out. The intersections, we gotta fix those. Let's see. Good. Here, it's kind of like spacing is way too hard. Here, I just want it to be like a little bit more manageable looking wise. Well, that's weird. A shockwave other filter. Yeah, it's not gonna work for this here, but yeah, I run other filter all the time. It's like it's the best tool ever, especially when you bake things a lot. It's like saves lives. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's gonna work if I bake it. If I bake this layer. That's the weird stuff about, man, like when you bake stuff on layers, What's an animbot thing to you? Actually, maybe I should try this because Animbot has this better older filter, like this. Where is it? Oh, this one. And sometimes this actually fixes things better than doing it from here. Like especially at work, it has happened a couple of times that I like run this smart one. Yeah, you see now it fixed it, but Maya one doesn't fix it. Yeah, Animbot. It's good that you mentioned because Animbot is like the best. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing, like with Maya, if I bake this layer down and then run Euler filter, it's gonna fix it. Which is strange because it should be the same. Like basically, this top layer should take over, but yeah, in any case. Yeah. Yeah, overall, I think Maya is a little buggy about this. Like, the more layers you add, there's like weird thing happening. Because another thing that happens is like sometimes, like if I bake, let's say these layers, but I don't bake it to the base one, this one will start have like different interpolations that they weren't before there. So like now, for example, because I run the smart Euler filter, there's nothing wrong. But if I bake them down here, sometimes in the new layer, it creates them again, like weird stuff. Let's bake everything now, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Animbot, I don't know, since I used to use a lot of scripts that they were kind of like, mirror twin machine. Some smooth scripts that they were like scaling the curves, but now everything is in Animbot, and I only use the overlapper that I like for the overlap. But other than that, I also use the hider, I guess, this one, because I like sometimes to polish stuff. Yeah, but since Animbot, it's kind of like what's it called, like a Swiss Army knife, has everything you need. Yeah, I actually don't have the Pro version. I have the Echo, I think it's called. But yeah, because one difference, for example, is like this. If it's not like, if it's, I think, no, actually I don't know what's the difference between the versions, but yeah, I only bought the cheap version, I guess. Yeah. So let's bring back the sword. Oh, my Alt key is not working again. I can rotate. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's bring the sword back. And I also, yeah, actually, if I go here, let me see. If I check for updates, it's gonna have updates, but for my version is which one is it? My version, I wonder. Wait, did it open something or? Let me see. I can just Google that. Animbot. Yeah, let's see, because I wonder what's. I'm so confused now. That's why I stopped talking. I went to the website and because I was curious, and it looks like this, the pricing part. Oh wait, yeah, it's here. Okay, now it makes sense. So they updated the whole website. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, you see there is all these different like versions. And I remember like thinking that it's kind of very complicated. What did you say here? You don't mean to occupy my time. Man, it's nice. Like, this is why I stream, like to connect with people and as I animate. So yeah, no, don't worry at all. Like, it's good that you're chatting, you know? If you want any feedback or anything, just let me know. It's not like I have a huge community while I stream, you know? It's only a few viewers every time. So it's nice. I think I have the Echo Edition. Yeah, this one. This is the cheapest one, I think. Yeah. Then it's a Pro and Premium, of course, but let's see. So yeah, the only difference basically is that you have access to tutorials, and every time they update, you see this update. I can only get the not the beta versions of the updates. I can only get like the big update kind of. But for me, it's enough. It's more than enough, I guess. I don't need anything else. Yeah. So yeah, what's left to animate now is this part, this, and the extra sword, the knife basically. So I'm gonna do this guy. Oh, I'm just gonna do like a locator kind of quick rig again. Oh, actually, let's see if I can do it with Animbot as well, because now with Animbot I can add a layer for this guy. I can do a quick temporary pivot. Let's go here perhaps. Go temporary pivot. Move that pivot here. This should save me so much time. Yeah, move that pivot there. And now on my layer, let's see, when the guy releases the sword here, I think it's 23 or 24. Yeah, you see, I wanna just grab this guy key. Thing. It's not keying again. Do I have the right thing selected? I don't know. Let's key that. Okay, here, for example, I can just do that temporary pivot thing. See that here. Nice. And now I can try to animate kind of what's gonna happen motion wise from that pivot, which is super cool. Here, let's keep it there. But you see, when he goes up, I can just delay this by like a little bit. Then when he's up and he starts coming down, that's when I want to go. It's going down, down, down. I gotta here avoid, like I'm pushing with my arm as well. So I'm gonna exaggerate this a little bit because I think it's gonna look cool. Just push it up so it goes, and then he actually pushes it down. Especially from the front, I got it like the other rotation as well, like here for example. Should animate that. It's like as the body is turning inside, this should go a little bit like this. And here it's also inside the body here, yeah. This is gonna be a tricky one. Boom, now the sword is pushed completely down. And yeah, I wish I could move that belt part. Boom. And here I just gotta like cheat it to not go inside and stuff as much as possible. But and I'm gonna have the other knife here, the small one, and it's gonna be a mess. But we'll just cheat everything maybe for a few frames here, just like push them out and make it look plausible. Boom. Oh, boom. Okay, here I'm gonna 2 frames snap it down. Oh wait, I'm not. God damn it, I lost the pivot. Yeah, here, rotate it down. So it goes boom. Hits, comes up. Actually, it needs to come more up here. Let's delete this. What happened? Yeah, exactly. But this is what I would do. It's kind of what I did with the sword as well. But it's nice that Animbot just gives you this pivot, that it's kind of the same as if you have a controller here. Usually I always do this, but because we were talking about Animbot, I realized that I can just try to like do this. It's kind of like you have a power and control here in a weird way. Because every time I want to just enable it, I click that, but then I can come here. Let's delete this key actually and just here. Even though you won't see this, I'm still gonna like try to like in. No, actually wait, I need to see it from the front a little bit. Goes boom. Some shake there. And here I'm going, oh man, it's gonna be a mess. Okay, and here I'm gonna start going like, I'm gonna start going kind of back to the default a little bit. But here is a perfect moment for some overlap. You see when again the body is rotating. out, I'm gonna go, and then here it stops, I'm gonna push it. Maybe not too much, but enough so it's like you feel it, I guess. And then my favorite part in animation, it's adding these things of like, boom, he stops, and the sword goes pop, pop, pop. Maybe it's too much. Let's see. Yeah, I love this like shakiness always. Nice. Yeah, this is the best way. It's like you get the motion for free. Actually, I think this is mostly what overlapper does. So like if I, when you animate this, let me run this other filter to these things here that I run the overlapper to. And this is why I love this script, It's like, let's see, this is kind of weird example because of the curve being so noisy. But if I select this guy and this guy, and I grab actually this is a bad example, but yeah, you see the peak of the rotation is like 1 frame later, and here, so this is what it does basically, copies the motion and then offsets it down the chain of your selection. It's cool. So you're an animator, like professional. Do you work in games or? It's cool because I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming a little bit, I guess, but. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, that too. You can use everything, right? Headphones are too loud. Yeah. Okay, I think actually this is it feels a little bit off the shake because then I have this last motion where he comes back, but the sword is not animated yet. So here, I think I want to complicate things. I'm gonna add another layer. I'm gonna grab this pivot again and counter animate this motion of the body a little bit. Pivot, boom here, and then let's complicate the shake. I'm gonna grab this. Here I've done this kind of this motion. Just gonna copy that. Gonna copy it to the X. Gonna offset that for 2 frames maybe. It's just like a little bit noisy there. Oh, that's nice. Which company are you working like in? Is it like what kind of games? Platform, as like mobile games or console? Platform. I don't know why I said platform. Yeah, console on it. It's cool stuff. I started in games for like 3 years. I worked in mobile games, and it was kind of horrible. Like the first year, especially because I worked on this mobile game that's like a MOBA type of game. And I did so many like idols and everything, and then after a year they canceled the project. Well, my cameras kind of went really crazy. Let me just maybe turn it off and on. Let's try that. Okay, it's better. But yeah, I hope your company project is like better than that. Yeah, I remember like saying like, hey, everything you've done, it's actually not gonna be published. And at the time, I was so, oh man, yeah, that's horrible. Like two projects. That sounds nightmare. Especially at the time, you know, when you begin like in the industry, you're like always like, oh man, I wanna make a reel and get better over time and like get a better job, or like, I don't know, you know, keep progressing basically. And to me at the time, it was like, oh, like straight to my heart, you know, like, come on guys, like I need the, and then you can't even use it, you can't show to start to people. But yeah. You know, one thing I see now and I don't like is this plate here that stays up at the end so much. Maybe I can just bring it up, but like here, maybe up to here, and then I slide it down, at least a little bit. It's because from the front it's gonna look a little bit horrible. Let's see. I jump from one thing to the other, but let's try to hide this. This part is horrible. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that, but also it depends, because I think it depends with the company and the policies, right? I remember I wanted to do the you know, use the temp model or something, and then they said like, no, you like basically you shouldn't get those files at all, like to anyone visible. But it's weird because I guess nowadays, you know, what I could do is like use the other like script that I still haven't installed here, but where I use the studio library and just copy the animation to some other character, copy all the curves. Yeah, and if possible. Yeah, again, it's crazy. And be like, oh yeah, it's my character, I just did the same animation. Are you like you doing oh hello, someone else joined the conversation. Hi guys. Yeah, like yeah, exactly, just use the animation, just make it make it not obvious that it's like their animation in a weird way, in their model that you did at work. But yeah, I remember because on mobile games, like I was doing just basically it's like in-game stuff, but I always thought like, oh, cinematics is so much better, you know, because I wanted to work in movies since I started. And yeah, like after the first year I started doing animation mentor and more courses and stuff. But I remember then I met a guy, I think I was after animation mentor, before I did the Spangella workshop with JD. I met this guy and he was like, he was working, I think at Remedy maybe at the time. And he said, yeah, we're doing cinematics. And it was a lot of like motion capture stuff. And he said like, oh yeah, it's like, it's not creative. And I remember because in games, what I was doing, it was very creative, especially because it was like every character was crazy. It's kind of like the project that got cancelled that I really enjoyed was kind of like Warcraft kind of characters in a weird way. So they wanted idols and special abilities, and so there were like so many animations to do, but they were so, because it's a small company, you know, they were like, yeah, I was talking with the game designers, like, oh, can you suggest something? Like, basically, this guy's doing this is his power, you know? And they were so open to me just shooting reference and trying different things. And that's one thing, like, I kind of miss about working in games, that it's like, it's more open to interpretation what you do as an animator, especially if you're lead and your team is like, even if it's a bigger team, I mean, like, but that it depends on the company, I guess, because I also know that in games, I know other people have told me that they don't feel it's creative. But I think in film, it's everything is kind of decided pretty much from the storyboard, from the director. So they just tell you do this, and you just execute it as well as you can technically, you know. Which, I mean, I like that as well, but it's different beast. Yeah, and also the fact that you can check your animation immediately in the like engine and stuff as well. Yeah, I kind of miss that, like, to be honest. Working in smaller companies, I miss it a little bit. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll be a director. I mean, that's the point of doing short films, I guess. Working in film makes bank. In what way? Because I think that's kind of debatable. Like, I think in games, for example, if you're talking about money, I think the salaries are higher in games and also more steady overall, like the contracts. Like, I know a lot of people that work years in games. In VFX is kind of rare to be like more than a year contract, more than 2 years. It's like very rare. I think 3 years is the ultimate, and then you go into permanent contracts. Of course, some people get those, but it's harder and harder because the industry is so volatile with film. You know, like the development cycle of a game, it could be like 2 years, 3 years, especially AAA games, like even 5 years, 6 years. But yeah, okay, I mean, if you're a rock star, it could be even like 8 years, but you know what I mean, like. But movies, the companies need to be flexible, so they need, let's say they have 3 movies for 6 months, they hire a lot of people, and then they can't use them. So I'm guessing that's why. Especially now, for example, in VFX, there is obviously kind of panic going on because of all the strikes and the projects are delayed. Hopefully this will all be like over soon. Yeah, people won't have to jump in games, commercials and everything. But yeah, hopefully, like, so far I'm good, I'm okay. Framestore is doing okay, I guess, I hope. Yeah. Save. Where was I? I think this is too noisy now, the end. This part is too noisy now, I think. I think also it doesn't work because this hits a wall here. So maybe I could just like oh my god, also I can't copy this because I used the pivot thing. You see, this rotation is wrong now. Damn it. It's back to slaves because I don't remember anymore. I was talking, I don't remember where they are. Where were we? Yeah, I'm at Friend Store Montreal at the moment. And this is for a short film I've been working on for 2 years maybe. And actually, if you go on my YouTube, like, let me just, I think I'll try to paste the link. I don't know if it's gonna let me. But I stream at the same time, both here and YouTube. And yeah, if you go to this link, like the live part, I've done so many, like for every shot, you know, I've animated over the 2 years. I don't know now, I think I have like a lot of streams, like 180, I think, maybe, something like that. Let me just copy it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because life happens, you know, and then I take a break for like 2 months, 3 months, and I'm like, oh, I should still work on this. Yeah, I hope you guys can see the link, but yeah, I enabled all the streams because tweets after a while deletes my streams. I don't bother with tweets that much, and I just upload everything on YouTube at the same time I'm streaming it. But yeah, I'm a framester now. I was working on Rebel Moon. It's coming out soon, and yeah, now I'm in a different project, of course, but it's just the beginning of it. So yeah, I know. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it, but yeah. So I'll stop here. But yeah, Rebel Moon is coming out. I worked on this maybe like 7 months. It's a long project for me, and good. Yes, it's cool. I hope the movie is good as well because you never know in VFX. It's like you only see your sequence, I guess, and the things you work on. So yeah, and for me, it's like I love movies, I love stories, I love. That's why I want to be a director because I love the whole aspect. I love cinematography, and uh, to be honest, I think I like cinematography and story more than I like animation, and I love animation. You know. Yeah, I mean, technically, you know, like for example, Rebel Moon is like Netflix, I think. So I don't know if it's gonna be the big screen. I mean, I have a projector here, so it's still gonna be a big screen technically. It's like on my wall, but yeah, it's nice, man. Like I love animation because I love a film because I got into animation uh, because I saw films when I was young, you know, I saw Lord of the Rings. I remember I watched Life of Pi in the cinema, but like I went, oh, it's a new movie, you know, let's go. And it took me like I went out of the film thinking, and you know, Life of Pi, there was this VFX Rhythm and Hues, the company closed after they won all the awards because of the economics of VFX. And I remember thinking, like, wait, how did they do this? Like, how is this possible? Like, how did they train the animals? And then I realized that they didn't really train. I mean, they had the tiger, but you can't have all these animals on a boat. You know, it's kind of like, whoa, what? And then when I saw tests, actually, I think I need to show you this, guys. Like, it's a awesome test that someone did, like early. I don't know if I don't remember how to look for it, but there was an early test of like on Vimeo, like of Life of Pi, like a tiger study basically, and it's, you can't tell it's animation, you know, and then it goes to wireframe. But yeah, I watched that as I was so young, you know, I don't remember the age, but I was like, yeah, I want to do that, you know. And of course, I was in Greece, so that was kind of like a it's not going to happen kind of thing. And yeah, years later, I decided I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go study animation abroad. I didn't know anyone. I went to the UK to study, and you know, eventually, like I don't know if I think this is the, I don't know if this is the test, but oh yeah, that's the stuff I was talking about. Crazy stuff. I mean, to this day, this parts is like so believable to me. It's like so such good quality, and it was, I don't know like how many years ago now, but been a long time. Yeah, look at this, the detail here of the shake of the fingers, the toes, the like the asymmetry of it. It's crazy. I love it. But yeah, man, I went to the UK, and that's when I realized, you know, like because I wasn't sure what animation was, but then I met a couple of guys. I wrote articles and stuff about this, like how I did this, like, and then I started having like role models of like people in the industry, because everyone in animation, everyone's so nice, you know, because to survive in this industry, it's like you gotta be genuinely nice, you know, like a nice person, like at least try to be, you know. Because it's the job is difficult, it's like demanding, and nobody wants to work with people that are like, you know, too much basically. Let me just put some music back in. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a small industry, and it's like most of all, I think, especially in VFX, it's so like, first of all, you gotta be technically very like good, you know, to be able to deliver this quality that these companies promise. I'm not sure what you mean by the question now. Small because of the burnout rate. Oh, it's a small industry. Wait, no. Now I get it. It's small. What he means is like, or she, I'm not sure, but yeah, not literally small. It's a small world. It's kind of the same expression, you know. It's a small industry. People know each other, you know. So basically, if you do something, that's how I understand it, at least, you know. Like that's how I say it, but because I say the same thing. It is a small industry. It's like, I mean, there's a lot of students and a lot of people like trying to get in, but the problem is that it's a lot of this like technically to get in, it's very difficult, you know. And if you're in, a lot of people leave because they don't know their like social skills. And I don't want to say they're not nice people necessarily, because things happen. So I don't know everyone's personal kind of like situation or whatever, but yeah, people know each other, and if someone is does something wrong to someone else and they're mean or rude or like something like that, other people will learn about it soon, and At the same time, uh, yes, you have to just be nice, basically. Just don't try to oversell yourself or like be, because then again it gives this kind of like weird vibe. Just focus on your skills. I think for everyone, that's my advice always, like just focus on becoming a better animator. Don't create any problems, be nice to people, and eventually you'll get your shot and you'll get in the industry and do whatever you want, you know, because it's like it works the opposite. That's the positive thing about this, that if something bad happens, people will learn about it and you'll be kind of like you'll have to deal with the consequences of what happened, you know. It could be like a few instances, but it's like you build a name. It's like in any industry, you know, this happens. It's like it's how the life works, you know. People, you get a reputation basically. But the positive thing is that if a lot of people start having positive kind of experience in working with you, this becomes a spread rumor kind of, you know, oh man, this guy is such a nice guy, and you know, I love working with him. And then, for example, especially in like nowadays, recommendation referrals, they're very important, you know, like when you have in your CV, like, oh yeah, ask for references. All the big companies, they ask for references, and what they mean by that is they will ask, especially not so much like your peers, but usually people that worked above you, like your lead or your supervisor. Is he actually a nice guy? You know, how is he? You know, because they can see you're real, but how are you under pressure? You know, are you a nice guy? You know, can you handle everything? It's like, how do you behave? You know, are you going to be a problem for them, or are you going to be an asset? Because that's how companies work. You know, I mean, we are in a capitalistic world, I guess, and they want to deliver the projects, get salaries for everyone, and yeah, move this machine. Let's see what you're asking here, what you're talking about. Yes, exactly. You have to market yourself and keep up. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So many things to mention. I don't think anyone's set up to fail, because it's like by default, people are nice. So companies want to hire people, and but they want to hire people that are going to help the company, you know. So that's the kind of the balance. I think NPC is like one of the famous companies that they try a different model, and they allow a lot of people to get in, like get the first tape in film, for example, which is nice. It's great, but at the same time they have the risk of like some of the people they hire, they can't deliver. So it's kind of a gamble, you know, because they pay lower salaries because it's a lot of juniors. But when the abilities are not there, it's tough for the company, you know. Don't think anyone is like set up to fail, but yeah, like I said, it's a difficult job. Technically it's difficult, and it always is, you know. Like I'm now almost like a bit over 8 years now or whatever animating, but you know, it's like nearly a decade basically, and I still, every shot is like, oh wait, how do I do this? You know, how do I approach this one? It's never like, oh, now I learned, you know. It's kind of like, okay, I have some skills, but you gotta apply them every time. And that's what I love about it as well. It's like there is a challenge always, you know. Yeah, but exactly, yeah. And I think the biggest one is behavior. Like I said, how you are on a social kind of personal level. Like there's a lot of stories about people like throwing fits, you know, like not being able to handle, I wouldn't say pressure so much, but like the pressure of the work, you know, the stress and stuff. Like, oh, can you deliver? And you know, because they wanted to, can you deliver this by X amount of like days, you know, like can you do this in 2 days or whatever? And then people like, they get so stressed and then they like explode, you know. It could be this, or it could be they say something super rude, or like you know, they talk when they shouldn't in front of someone that for the company is trying to build a relationship with. There's so many things that, like countless things, but it's kind of like same as in real life, I guess, that if you're out with the friends, that there could be like something that someone does and you're like, whoa, that's the deadline. It depends what is realistic, because in animation, in art in general, I think I can work on a shot forever, like I can keep polishing, but I think the supervisor and the leads are there to decide like, okay, it's in a good spot now, let's show it to the client, and if the client likes it, and stuff like that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, also I think it depends where you are in the world. Like for example, I know in London, even VFX companies are not paying overtime. So in some places, like in Canada, for example, by law, if I do overtime, I have to get paid, except if it's in my contract and I sign about it like that. But that's a big conversation. Like in animation, we don't have a union. Like there's nothing there's no strike, gonna happen, because if I say, I'm not gonna do it in so many hours, they just hire someone else who wants to do it, some other person. Let's say. Yeah, also in good companies, they have good estimates, because the supervisor usually would work with the producer while they decide like, oh, this shot could be done in this amount. And the supervisor, obviously, the animation soup will work with the VFX soup. It's kind of like complicated, the whole pipeline, but the animation supervisor will know, because he is an animator technically, and he's been many years animator, so he can estimate a good amount of time for the shot that the shot needs, and also he's gonna cast the shot, give it to an animator the supervisor knows their strength in a weird way. So like if I'm doing birds, for example, I've done a lot of birds, and so the soup can tell me, okay, take this shot, do it in like 3 days or whatever, for blocking. It could be, I'm just saying an example, it depends on the difficulty, of course. Oh man, that's wait, I think I just read the last message, but I'm gonna read before that, and then we can talk about it. That's a very interesting conversation. The studio that made Life of Pi went bankrupt. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that the VFX, the economics are difficult. There is also this book. Let me just make that as well. Let's see if I can find it. I had it before I moved to Montreal. I left all my books back in Greece. I think it's called Inside VFX. It's like from a German guy. It's like a monkey on the cover. Let's see if I can find this. And this book for me made me realize this kind of like, yeah, this is the cover here. This talks a lot about how the business works, and it's dark, it's weird, because the companies will work on so many movies and try to make profit only a small margin, because they lose money in some movie and then they make a little bit more to the other one. At the end, they don't have that much profit. As long as they're profitable, they're good, okay? Also, you have to remember that games are like the industry of games is way bigger. More people play games than watch movies, actually. That's another thing. So now going back to what we were saying here. Where was I? Yeah. Video games make more money. No, the salary isn't less. I think it depends on your skill, on the company, and a lot of things. Like, for example, if you work at Sony and Santa Monica, these people, most of them, they make good money, It depends, like if your experience, many things. Yeah, like if you work on smaller companies, then it's a lot about negotiation and what the funding that the company has, because it's like maybe you're hired after a series of funding and they have money and they can give you a good salary. Depends on how big their team is, because that's kind of like I said, the strategy of the company. Some small companies would hire, let's say, 2 animators, but really good, and they will pay them handsomely, instead of hiring, let's say, 7 with like all of them juniors and pay them like nothing, you know. So yeah, that's every company is different. I work kind of like, I've seen all of that. And the answer about this, because this is kind of what I want to talk about, you said you want to be a director. The best director in films are millionaires. Yeah, but like you said here, the best directors are millionaires. But there are countless directors that they just make a movie. And imagine this, to make a Hollywood movie, it's such a difficult thing. It's such a, like, there's I don't know, millions of people that want to make a movie. Some of them, they start like just by, they have an ambition. Some of them write scripts, you know, and try. Some of them actually are like doing commercials. You know, director is a lot of things. For me, if I could do like game cinematics, direct some kind of story that I'm involved in, I get the story and I find all the visuals and I work with the story. It could be even commercials, you know, as long as it's animated stuff like Love, Death and Robots and Arcane. This kind of things is what like really gets me going, like animating stuff like that. Not like actually direct feature films, I guess, or like live action stuff. But yeah, I mean, also that's just an ambition. I'm okay animating. I love it. And again, the best game directors, I think they're millionaires. I don't know about people's net worths, but yeah. But I'm guessing Cory Barlog, the guy who made like God of War and stuff, he probably is a millionaire. I'm guessing. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you have something that successful, you probably make money as well. Depends on, again, on the contract you have and the responsibilities. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, what's said here, what's Shockwave? It's like again, I think it depends. It also depends, because sometimes game director is like a contract thing, but the director in a film is like, he develops everything. He's like hired in the beginning and kind of, how can I don't know, it's like what I was trying to say something, but it won't make sense like the way I'm thinking it. Yeah, it all depends. It all depends, because let's say that the woman now that directed Barbie, for example, I mean, the movie made billions, you know, like more than $1 billion. It's like, what's proportionate to that? But if the movie went like you know, like it was a flop, she would get all the, I don't know, like it's like you get the credit and the discredit at the same time, I guess, right? It's a lot of risk to be a director in these big projects. It's like, and everyone wants to like kind of blame you and how to get you. And I think there's the Fincher, there's interviews of Fincher talking about this, David Fincher, the director, because he did Alien and like early, like his first movie is that, and he didn't know the system and they pressured him and he didn't have a cut. So it's it's complicated things, you know, like depends what you're directing and stuff. And let's say, oh, my camera again, it's like blurred for some reason. Let's say you work on an indie game, but the company that hires you has a lot of money, like I don't know, Angry Birds or some crazy thing like Robbie or something, you know, like that. And then you are supposed to like do like a mobile game that just be a director. It's like technically the title is the same, and your salary is like crazy amount, and then you're a millionaire basically, but after like 2 years of working on the game. But yeah, all these are like very technicalities, you know. I think as long as you love what you do like day to day and you make okay money to survive, just I think that's kind of like it's a good spot to be at. And then of course ambition is there, and it's like that's life, you know. We chase our dreams and goals. Yes, yeah, I think I said it just before you wrote it. Yeah, that's it. It's of course it's important to like make money as much as you can, I guess, to like live comfortably and experience other things. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree. It's like again, it's kind of like it's obvious. Like if you give a company a lot of value, like for example, I'm very confident in my abilities now. I wasn't when I was a junior, you know. Like whatever you give me, I can deliver. You know, of course every shot is different. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think I'm a good animator by now, you know, and I think the company sees that. And the more it's like I said, the references and people saying, yeah, he's a good animator, yeah. And like now, for example, I worked here at Framestore Montreal, and they kind of know the value that I can provide to the company, not my value, because my value is like it's irrelevant kind of like as a human, you know, but as an animator it's a different thing. Dues. I think this mentality is a common developer set them to eat. I agree with that as well. And I think with juniors, this is kind of the problem with when you're a junior and you go there and you're like, you see someone working like crazy, you know, like 12 hours, and you're thinking in your head, oh, I shouldn't leave, I shouldn't, you know, it's 6 o'clock, but I have to stay because this guy is still here. I gotta prove that I'm like hardworking, you know, and things like that. Yeah, there is a little bit of that as well, because at the end of the day, it's a personal thing, you know. I think everything I'm saying here is my opinion, so it's like to me, a guy that lives exactly at when he's supposed to live, you know, and he has a life balance kind of, but he's also good with his responsibilities at work. That's the golden kind of ticket. It's not about proving anything to anyone, you know. And also that's why it's kind of crazy, because some companies will see this attitude, like you say, oh, these guys, like they're gonna like, and they create this vibe of like, you gotta prove yourself, you know. Can you do it? And they give you basically, like we talked about before, the deadlines, like kind of unrealistic ones, and they force you to meet them. They kind of push you to like, can you do it? Are you up to that level? And then you feel so much pressure. And I think that's kind of like, it does exist, but that's why I'm sharing all this information here in this conversation, because I believe that as long as you do your best and you work on your skills, you know, eventually you get there. And if you find yourself in situations like this, you gotta realize, yeah, maybe even if someone says, are you up to this and can you do it and stuff like this, like are you, I don't know, are you good enough, you know, these kind of things. It's kind of, it's a little bit toxic, you know, but I don't know, I think it depends on the situation. I mean, I've been pressured many times, of course. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want to give details, but when I was in London, of course, for me it was kind of a similar experience. When I started in film, man, I gotta stop this autofocus somehow. Just let me just a second. Let's go like properties, video. Yeah, okay. It's also more focused now. It's crazy. No, I mean, it's a conversation. I kind of like today's nice stream. I didn't animate much because I like talking, guys. Like, I like discussing these things, and especially because that's why I'm doing the streams, to like talk with people in the industry, and especially like new students and people wanna like newcomers in the industry. The more I share, the better I feel, because it's I feel that's a positive thing, and it's like what everyone should do, kind of like be open about things. It's like, you know, it's like salty animators kind of thing. You gotta know all the negatives, you know. It's nice, like, but I think it's a lot about also saying the positives and why we choose to do this job, and you know, why not just do something else. Let me just read this again. So you started working at 14 days mid deadline. Yeah, so the studio bought him, but yeah, especially this, I was so confused about this because I'm a cynical person, like overall in my head, and I don't like when I see clearly someone like, oh, you know, this kind of things like, oh guys, thanks for delivering your like, we're a big family here, we can make it, and all these things. It's kind of like so obviously fake, and these things, oh man, let's this is free, you know, and they say like, oh, it's a pizza, you know, here for you, free. So basically my time is worth one pizza, you know, kind of like, that's how it feels. So shallow in a weird way, and it's so obvious. Like, I don't think anyone in this situation, even the guy, the producer or the coordinator, whoever says these things, like, oh, we brought you pizza, guys, you know, they know how bad this is, but it's a company decision. It's not their fault, you know. And they're just trying to, like, it's a desperate attempt to try to present it in a nice way, but because the reality is that you're working for free, it feels so like a stab, you know, in the heart. It feels so horrible. And unfortunately, that's, you know, that's the one problem that I realized when I wasn't a junior anymore, that all these things, like, even if I prove myself, like, even if you get some congratulations or some like pat on the back, you can't use that. There is no currency, you know. The only currency you can use is money and time, you know. Yeah, anyway, that's my opinion about this. Yeah, I follow salty animators as well, but it's kind of like, I try not to, for me, especially because I'm a sensitive person, I try to not get all the negative in me. And I know for a fact that when you're happy in the job you have, you don't go and tell anyone, you know. You don't go like, oh my god, you know, I'm having this amazing time. It's like, oh, we're releasing this game, you know, I did this like walk cycle today, it's the best, you know. And my supervisor, my lead said, congratulations, man, you're gonna get like I don't know, a bonus or whatever. Like, nobody does that, you know. Everyone lives their lives, and especially when you're happy, you just go on living your life. But when life, you know, like I was about to like say fucking kicks you, you know, like when it hits you, when it kicks you down, you're looking for someone to like complain and like get your pain out and share it and like connect with people. So it's so much easier to complain about things. I mean, look at, you know, reviews. There's like, it's so easy to, like, if something's broken, you go there and you complain. But if you buy something and it comes perfect, you just enjoy it, you know. Maybe you just put like 5 stars or whatever. But it's so much easier to see negativity in the world, especially online. Yeah, so that's why I think I suggest to people, like, yeah, it's nice to follow these things, and it's nice to know. This is why I also mentioned it. I think it's nice, the democratization of information in a weird way. because there's horrible things like sexual advances, that people do weird things, you know. And that has to stop. That needs to be out, this information, you know, because it's like, oh, it's common knowledge, but people who can actually stop it don't know about it. And so these are important, you know. It's nice to get it out. But when you hear individual stories of like, yeah, it's a horrible company because they did this to me, and they, you know, this I would take with a grain of salt, because it's salty animator, you know. I just like, as long, you know, individually, if you don't have any bad experience, don't be like fast to judge. It's my opinion. Let's go back. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh man, this Lance thing is horrible. Wow, that is a story. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And also sometimes I couldn't agree more about this showreel thing, and just like get, basically in life, I think, get whatever you can, you know, focus on yourself, try to ignore all this bad situations, the drama. Don't let kind of life bring you down more than if it's like a bad situation. If you find yourself in a bad situation, always that's like the thing, try to find the positives in the situation, like you said. Be like, you know what, yeah, everyone's like this and they're like treating me badly and stuff, I don't deserve this. And always think like, okay, this is the case, what can I do about it, you know? How can I escape this? Just be patient and make a plan, you know, like I'm gonna just stay here until this, and just count the days basically, and say okay. And then when someone's treating you bad, you know in your head, okay, I know like in a month I won't be here or whatever. Let's say it's easier said than done. Yeah, of course. When it's a problem with the industry and no one's calling out this company on the public, everyone else. I think this is kind of like, I agree, and I kind of like don't know, because even if you call a company out, you know, and say, oh, you're doing this, you're actually not doing anything to the company, you know. Even if everyone says, oh my god, you're horrible, there's new students that they want a job, and it's like it's a capitalism, you know. It's like it's a wheel that it's turning. And I think, I don't know, if clients, if they have clients, they're gonna continue working, you know. Of course, building a fame, maybe more experienced people don't want to work with them, that's another thing. But man, I think everyone, me, you guys, everyone, you know, like as individuals, just try to focus on your life and just like tone all this information out, you know. Like, just if you're offered the job and you like the company and you like what you see, what you hear, try it, you know, like give it a shot. And then it's like, maybe it's horrible for you, you know, even though everyone said it's good. I always have this like, oh, I like when I moved here in Canada, I asked like 3 friends that they were here. One person was like, oh man, I'm not going, you know, that he was here and he left, and he said, I'm not going back there, it was horrible, man, it's so cold and I hate the winter, and like his experience in the company that he was bad. Then I asked 2 more friends. One of them was like, yeah man, I like it here, I don't know if I'll stay for a long time, but he was here. And then another guy told me like, man, I love it, you know, like it's my favorite city in the world, you know. So the only way to know about everything is like, just live your life. And like, I think online, and for me at least, social media and all these things, it's like, it's so much noise, and I don't know kind of like what's worth listening to, because everyone is different. And even if you go in the same company, you're not going to be in the same situation that the other person was ever. So yeah, it's kind of tricky, you know, these things. But yeah, just keep, you know, focus on yourself, work on your reel, try to go to good companies that they have a good fame, you know, like a good reputation. And I prefer your strategy where you're working on personal projects to market yourself and build your own. I mean, that's amazing if you can do that. Like, if I personally don't do that. I kind of do it, but I guess it's not my IP really. That would be awesome, but it's a very hard thing to do. It would be easier if I spend a lot of money and I invest on it, you know, like I put ads everywhere that, oh, I'm doing this short film. But for me, this is kind of like my downtime, like my, I don't know, when I have time and when I'm like, oh, I have this personal project, let's jump back on it. And the only reason I'm streaming is because I realized that I'm sitting on the computer so long and I'm doing it either way. Why not share the process? And maybe someone's like, oh man, you know, that overlap looks horrible, maybe you should fix it, you know. And then I would think like, oh, okay, especially now, not so much now, okay. But when I started like 2 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, I can improve. Now I just want to get it done, you know, it's been so long. But yeah, just sharing, I think it's a nice thing to do. And it's the same thing about, if you see my YouTube, it has like some tips and some videos and stuff. And I don't think I'll ever be a YouTuber, you know, because it's not my goal, I guess. But sometimes it's like I get questions like in real life. I mean, I'm not like, oh, people ask me. Someone will say, man, how do you find reference? And I'm like, oh, instead of like, you know, sending this guy all this information, I write them down, send it to him, and then I make a video. And because I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, this could actually help people and stuff like that. But it's especially like my most famous like video on YouTube is the one that is like how to kill a vaccine virus from hire, you know, because that's the most practical one. And I love it. I love that I helped people, you know. You know, at one moment in their life they had a virus and they were like, what the hell? And they Googled and I came up, you know. It's a nice thing. Yeah, and also, man, like this thing that you say about like hating where you work, kind of like, I technically have been there, but I don't know exactly like if it was that there, like if it was hate. Because for me, before I left games, after 3 years, and I always wanted to be in film, that was my ambition. I wanted it so much, you know. I worked and did all these courses and tried and applied everywhere, and I was like, just give me a chance, you know. And I started feeling like, oh man, I'm doing everything every day the same thing, you know, at work. And that's how I felt at the time. But later on, when I was like, I don't know, 2 years in film or something, I started thinking, actually, it wasn't that bad, you know. It's just that I wanted something else. But the job itself didn't really change, but I did, you know, while I was working on it. So it's kind of like, again, very individual, I think. It's like you might start a job and be like, it's amazing, you know, it's the best thing. And then over time you get used to it. It's like adaptation, you know. You work with people, then you build a relationship. Maybe you like some people, maybe you don't like some people. So yeah, it's all these things affect how you feel. And I think who you work with, it should be good people because of that, mostly. Because like most of my days actually work, especially, you know, weekdays. And I want to feel positive, you know, like, oh yeah, this guy helped me today, you know, he solved my problem, you know, whatever. Especially in games, because you work with a designer, you know, the other animators, whatever the team is, like then the testers like find problems, and there's like a whole, like, developers will say, oh, you're allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. It's man, that's what I mean. Like if you take out the discipline of animation and the technicalities of it, our life is more than that, you know. It's like, let's say at a company party, do I like being there? You know what I mean? Like this kind of thing. Do I want to talk with these people? And when we get a beer in the balcony, do I like being here, you know? This kind of thing. It's like, it's more important, I think, than, oh my God, I worked on this project, because you spend your life, we all do, we spend our life working on some project, you know, and we're not sure if this project is gonna be like a success or not, you know, most of the times. And I think it's kind of like irrelevant at the end of the day, you know, because we're like, if you see the long, like the picture, we're all gonna be like, I'm going dark now, but it's kind of like not so dark if you think about it. Yeah, just enjoy the most as you can, you know. If you hate your job, try to focus on positive friends or whatever, you know, until you change that job and then you feel overall better. Because for me, this is what life is, you know, like optimizing your, I don't want to say happiness, but more like, because life is not about like high of like, oh my God, I'm so happy, you know. It's more like the everyday mundane of life, like the moments that they're like bearable, that you go home and you're like, oh man, today this happened, you know, I had a good lunch, you know, my friend said this, it was funny, joke, you know. It's about these little moments, I feel like, and yeah, just try to find good people, try to like take a break once in a while, watch a good movie, like listen to some good music, you know. And yeah, hating where you work is kind of tricky, because why do you hate it, you know? Is it the people? Is it that you don't want to be there even though the job is okay? For me, that was a big thing. Like when I realized that, looking back, I was like, oh, wait a minute, you know? And the people were nice, but I still wanted to like, I don't know, evolve, I guess, you know, as an animator. I don't know, develop my skills, I guess, more. But I was seeking, for sure, I was seeking a lot of somehow validation, that like, I'm at this like level, you know. And yeah, I don't know. And I was so impatient then. I was like, oh, come on, let me prove it to you guys, you know. And even when I started, I was like, yeah, just give me some good shots, please, you know, I will do them. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, just eventually it will come, you know, because I don't know, let's say I retire when I'm like 65 or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm like now 32, so I have another life working in this field if I choose so, you know, if I don't change my profession. So yeah, eventually you're gonna have everything, you know, like good projects, bad projects. But what will matter if you see all these videos about old people, what they're complaining about? What will matter is not like, oh my God, I worked. I don't know if anyone will be like, when I was in my 30s, I worked in Rebel Moon, you know. I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe if Rebel Moon becomes this like, that stands the test of time movie. I hope so, I don't know, but it's gonna be more like, oh man, I remember when I traveled to this place with my friends and we did this, and I met this amazing guy when I was working at this company, you know, this kind of, it's like about your life, you know. Today this had turned into this like weird, I'm sharing all my personal motivations to you guys, like I'm saying how I think things. I don't know, it's like cringy sometimes, but yeah, I try to remind this to myself, because every time I meet like a guy that is like, we work together and he says like something that I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, like that's what, this is what makes life. It's like, this is what life is made for, of, you know, work, but also not, nobody, it's not that important, because work, it's like, we work to get money to live the rest of our life in a good way, you know, kind of, in a weird, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Ooh, yeah, I talk a lot. Let's see what you guys say. Like, I'm just gonna go back and passion project. Oh, I'm guessing this is about that I work on this. Yeah, this is my passion project, and it's kind of like this, that I want to become a director, and I'll try, but if I don't, then okay, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll see. I really want to, because like I said, I want to work more on story daily, because that's the only thing that job is like what you do every day, you know. the only thing that's gonna change is like my daily process, I guess. And yeah, it takes time to figure that out, and I don't know if I ever do, because you can be like 40 and change. Yes, oh yeah, yeah, exactly, you covered it. Yes, it is the people, and oh man, it's crazy that I still remember like jokes that people made when, you know, like my friends like, in our older companies like 5 years ago, and this comes back full circle to the conversation about like it's a small industry, you know, and friends that I made when I started in film 4 years later, they kind of refer me to Framestore, you know, and this is how kind of like this whole thing happened, you know, like because we kept in touch sometimes from like a WhatsApp group or something like this, you know, with some people, and I love those guys, and you know, we bond about everything, you know. It could be like the stress of the work, you know. It could be like, oh man, let's go for lunch, let's do this, let's do that, and we just talk about life, you know, like, oh man, I'm so stressed today because this happened, and just like, you know, normal, like building friendships. But you know, then everyone goes their separate ways. COVID happens, and like traveling, and like everyone's going back home and to try to be like healthy and with their families and stuff. And yeah, and years later, it's like these people, like we help each other, you know, as much as possible. And this is why humans are like, people are important, are more important than anything else, you know, because that's what matters in the end, you know. And I say this to my friends, like I've never said this online or anything, but like on streams, but you know, it's kind of a, sometimes I have this idea of like, you know, it's good to like respect people and like look up to people, and but don't assume that if someone has a skill, like if someone is a great animator, he's also an amazing human being. Like sometimes people are great animators and they can be rude, they can be like, so try to have people that makes you feel not like just want to get better only in like the skill, but makes you feel good about who you are, and then also make you want to feel better, you know. It's like, because that's more important, and finding people that are caring and care for other people, you know, not so much like I don't know, egotistic people, I want to say, but what matters, this is my point, like it's not what you work on, what you're like, if you work in games, fine, it's like, it's, you know, your value is the same as someone working in movies, or whether that's like Netflix or cinema or whatever, it doesn't matter, you know, we're all humans, and some people are like developed a little bit more the skill earlier maybe, or like more in like, but they lack in other areas, you have more of that. It's kind of like, it's like we're all the same, we're kind of like a bunch of like monkeys in this planet, whatever. What matters, my point is, I go off the like handle here, but what matters is, you know, like not what projects you work on or what company you work on, but what matters is like, what do people think of you, you know. I'm gonna make it dark again because that's how I think always, but like, if I die, will people show up at my funeral, you know? Or because no one is gonna be like, oh man, I'm so sad this guy worked on, you know, Rebel Moon or whatever. But like, life doesn't work like this, you know. Life is like, if I die, whatever, knock on wood, I don't want to die, but if I die, I hope that people will be like, oh man, he was such a nice guy, you know, he did this for me, he helped me then, you know. And it's like this is the storyteller in me. It's like, these are the moments in movies that make us cry, you know, like when you actually feel like, because this is kindness, this is like humanity, this is the best side of humanity, I think, at least, you know. And I sometimes in my life, it's a funny, this what's the word, this can be expressed in weird ways, like sometimes I'm so grateful that someone beats me up in jiu-jitsu, you know, and then it teaches me like, oh, this is how I almost broke your arms, you know. But I feel, oh man, you expanded my like knowledge of life and like, how I think of things, whatever. Like I didn't know this before, you know. It could be like a smaller thing, but yeah, I personally feel happier when I get these experiences in life where I'm like, oh, I connect with people, or like, I don't know, you know. I hope this makes sense, everything I'm saying, and you guys feel the same way, or at least maybe if you're down, because like life sometimes, yeah, exactly, like I don't know, man, like we're all humans, you know. Like today, man, this weird thing happened. I gotta like share this. I was outside like with my friends just walking and chilling. So I went downtown from here where I live. It's like maybe 20 minutes, and I met my friends, and then I was like, okay, see you guys. And I go like, it's the metro station. I go there, and a guy with a wheelchair tried to go through the like rotating doors kind of that they have on the, I don't know how to explain that, but basically it's like almost a human can go, like it's a door like you pass with the tickets and stuff, but there's like this thing spinning. Yeah, exactly, revolving doors, I think that's the word. But and you know the thing, usually it opens all the way, but somehow it got stuck on the wheel. And the guy, I hear like, guys, someone's yelling like, help, I'm stuck, you know. And it took me a second, you know, because I was just like walking slowly, and I see the guy there, and he's like, yeah, help. And nobody went, you know. And then I was like, okay, I'll go, you know. And here everyone speaks mostly French, so it's kind of like hard because I don't know how to speak French yet, at least. And I talked to the guy, and he says, in English, you know, like, oh, and I think that's why nobody went, I hope. And anyway, I tried, like, I fucking tried so hard to like bend this thing, but because the doors closed, the rotation, there was this spine, you know, in the middle that rotates. It's somehow stuck with this wheelchair, and the guy couldn't go, and I just tried to pull him so hard, and then I pushed with my leg, and I like yanked him out, you know, and he's like, oh, thanks so much, you know. And I felt good because, okay, I did something good or whatever. But then because I'm so cynical, I was thinking like, why didn't anyone help him, you know? And all the whole time I was there trying to help him, nobody else came to like at least be curious, you know. And I was so like confused because I was like, what's that's like a glitch in the matrix, you know, for me at least, how I think of like, man, I hope that if this happened to me, that more people would show up, you know. But I don't know, man. It's just like all these things reminded me of this today, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Just be nice, you know. Like just do the right thing when you can, and I don't know, you know, like, yeah, exactly. Well, that's so funny. Sure, yeah. Like I connect with everyone. I have like so many connections, and everyone in animation, man. Of course, you know, animators are the best bunch of people usually, you know. Like we said, of course, there's people that do crazy things, but yeah. Let's see. Let me go LinkedIn. I'll just accept it now. Oh wait, oh my god, LinkedIn is making a new account. Sign in. I didn't animate that much, but it's nice, man. Like it's nice that you join things. It's nice to talk and say these things because it's like all in my head usually. Nice, yeah. I think I accepted your request now. Should be connected. Yeah, and like I said, in every like, if you see my streams, usually it's like it's rare. I think sometimes it happens that someone shows up and we talk, but Also, it's because I don't have a schedule. I'm very random. Whenever I have time, I stream. But um, yeah, I always end up my stream saying like something like "Stay safe, stay healthy," hug your loved ones and stuff like this. Because it's, man, that's to give you a context what we were saying like about the short film, and to see how everything. This is kind of why I do this. I started this idea about the samurai is because when the COVID hit, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I was at home a lot. And then I watched The Last Samurai because I was so into samurais, And then I realized, man, these thoughts that I started forming these thoughts that all my stress about like getting better at work and yeah, I think it's very hard to be consistent when we work so much, and it's like there's other things in life, which is nice, it's okay. But yeah, man, there's like all this like stress to become better, to like prove myself, and everything we talked about, all this. I was thinking, who do I want to be in life? Who do I want to be, like, really? Like, when someone outside animation thinks about me, because never mind people in the industry, never mind like my technical abilities, because of course this is important if you want to be, like I said, an asset to the company and all these things. But at the end of the day, how do I want to be like perceived as a human, And it's like just an authentic human being, and like that enjoyed life, and he was always as nice as possible, not, at least not bad on purpose. That's the thing. And then I was like, yeah, then people started dying, like even in my, let's say, not my family, but like vicinity, I don't know if that's the word, but like in my, let's say, close kind of like environment. And I was like, oh, that's like COVID, like a few months ago was nothing. That's how I was thinking. And now all of a sudden it's such a big thing. And I was like, oh, and then because I watched The Last Samurai, there is this shot that it says like the life of like of a warrior, like you live life in every breath because you don't know where you're gonna die. And I heard this line, and I was like, oh my god, it's such an amazing line. Like this is how we should live. Like every day is like a, like take a breath and be like, oh, I'm so happy to be here, kind of. And of course, I mean, I'm saying this, it's kind of cringy, kind of like, but I try to remind myself every now and then. It's like, because I have a tendency to be dark and depressing sometimes, but I try so hard, man, and I think I'm better at it now. But yeah, this is how this whole idea started. And then I wrote this story of like a guy, like a trailer. I wanted to do like that it could be more. So I wrote the script that it was like a trailer of a guy being like abandoned, and he always train and stuff and do the right thing. He goes to war and then comes back and sees everyone is gone, and he's like, I'm gonna take revenge and whatever. But he lives his part as a warrior, he's like doing what he's not like, instead of being like miserable, oh no, I kill myself, like he's not doing that. He's like, whatever, and I started thinking these things like we gotta play our part and do what we can every day, but also always live life in every breath. And this kind of how the idea started, that I thought, because my first thought was like, oh, who has time for a short film, like. But then I thought, it could take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter, as long as I love it and I keep doing it. It's been 2 years now. I stopped, like, many things happened. I changed countries 2 times in the midway or whatever of the project. I worked on many projects, like commercials. I worked on Megala's VFX, the Japanese company, for a little bit. Now I'm in Montreal. I meet a lot of people. I want to do things, But I always try to come back to my short film and this message and remind myself, man, you gotta have some fun, Try not to be too serious all the time. Try to, like, I don't know, be a little goofy and enjoy the little things, like the little moments. Meet people, talk to them, stream, you know, whatever. Like I don't know. I try to always be like as positive as possible in a weird way, and it's like force positivity, you know. Kind of that's what I'm doing always. Yeah. Anyway, I hope all this weird stream today is entertaining for you guys. I've never done more than two things. I think 2 hours before, and yeah, the sword is still not animated. This the I don't know what's called, like the case, the cover. Yeah, sword cover. Now the shake here is wrong, so I'm just gonna delete this part. Let's see it from the front. It's not that bad actually, it's just this last part. Oh my god. What was that message of strings? Yeah, also now I don't have music at all now because I was talking. Let's just put some music. Oh my god. That's like, I think I feel I bore you guys to death today because you joined and I'm like here saying all this weird things. But yeah. Should change the pivot, but I'm just like, keep cheating everything. Let's go back. Delete this. Okay, pivot. Go here. Do that. Do this. I think now. Here. From the front, the belt looks different than from the back. That's so crazy. Goes here. Actually, here it should already. This part should already not go so fast here. Yeah, also, I'm guessing, guys, you're not in Canada, maybe, I don't know. But right now here it's like 2:20 in the morning, which is crazy because it's Saturday and I'm a crazy guy. And it's like I animate so many hours every day, but I'm like, let's do more, you know? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fires, but thankfully not here, like in Montreal. Yeah, but I think that we had this like horrible smoke is called, I think, where the air was horrible to breathe from fires nearby. I think New York had the same thing. Like, they blamed Montreal. I don't know, but yeah, man. Hopefully everyone's safe there with the fires because I see a lot of like crazy things. But also in Greece now, that's another thing. Like in Greece now, it's the same situation as like almost every year. Half the place is burning. And people are like losing their houses and stuff. And yeah, fire is so destructive as well. Keyboard again is freaking keyboard. Sometimes it glitches. And it happens only when I stream, which is strange. The keyboard thing. Like when I at work, it never happens. Okay, that's nice. Oh man, what am I working on? I just gave this speech of like an hour or more. It's like a short film I'm working. It's it's called Life in Every Breath, Life in Every Breath, and yeah, I'm sharing the animation process always. What I'm doing. It's been a couple years, I guess, of doing this. I'm developing, but when I say 2 years, it's not just animation. Um, I'm working in Framestore. I can't say the project now. I don't know if I'm allowed, so I won't try. But yeah, I recently stopped working on Rebel Moon, and they released the trailer, I think, yesterday. It's coming out December, so that's what mostly I've been doing. If you want to check the streams, you can find them here. I have like before done. But yeah, I hope that answers the question. That's kind of cool. And of course, like the streams, what I do for my personal projects, they're not like they're not like perfectly polished ever. As long as I get them like close enough, good enough, I just let it go. Also, the rigs are horrible because I modeled and rigged everything, and yeah, it's not gonna be great because yeah. Actually, this guy I didn't model. That's the only thing, because I found the model. But everything else, yeah. Here you see that the arm is kind of mess. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a creature animator, really. That's what I am. I think at heart, But yeah, I love story, man. I love movies. That's the thing. I love storyboarding and like painting. So I like lighting a lot. So I think I'm like an animator who kind of wants to be a director, cinematographer kind of thing. But yeah, but for animation. Like I said, I don't want to go like do live action and stuff. At least not now. But animation wise, I don't like cartoony stuff. I mean, I love cartoony stuff. I just don't like doing it. I like realistic emotions. Yeah. Let's take a little bit final, kind of like how it looks, and then I'll do the final part. I think one thing that I don't like is that this thing comes, he pushes it back with the arm, then he lets it go, and then this thing snaps forward again here. Why? How is it moving? So I'm gonna just add a layer here. Go object mode. And I'm just gonna do like a quick, if it's like so back now, I'm just gonna like keep it a little bit there maybe. I don't know if this part is gonna work now. Let's see. Okay, so maybe here I go. No. Actually, this looks quite good. Here. That's quite nice. Okay. Cool. Where's it? Look. Let's hide the locators too, because it's like they're kind of like in the middle now. And the perspective is gonna be something like this, I guess. It's okay. Yeah, I'm shooting my own reference, obviously. Oh man, that's so fun. Actually, no, I'm this guy. And I cut the beard. I love how funny it is, like the way he moves. It's like it doesn't look dangerous at all, and then the katana can like chop you down. And he's also talking, and I imagine this like Japanese coming out of him, you know. Yeah, that's funny. That's such a funny joke. Yeah, reference is important, but at the same time, I think at some point it's like it doesn't really matter. Like for example, especially like the arcs of the sword and stuff, they're not, because at the front I can't see it in the reference, but yeah, you just go by like feeling a little bit. Okay, now I think this is decent. It's not, at least not doing anything like weird intersections too much, at least. I think here at the end there is a moment. Let's see. Yeah, here. Let's fix that. So here it's okay, here it's going a little bit crazy. So let's try to fix it at least. Yeah, I mean, if it's like a little bit, I don't really care, because you know, the shot is gonna be something like this, and I think especially if I play in real time, it's gonna be impossible to like see. Oh, actually, now I think it's coming back in a weird way. I think at least here it goes. It's so funny. Yeah, like this part. You see, it's like it's moved, everything moves. Let's fix that. Let's see. Yeah, you see this part. But I think after that, like, let's see here. Here's push back. Then you're right, it's coming forward. And then it goes back again. It's so funny. So I'm gonna just, what I'm gonna do is smooth this completely. So let's see, it will go forward, but it's gonna be like a smooth line, kind of like linear. But this whole thing, I'm gonna just like bring it down, smooth this part. So I like having noise there, because it's like maybe it hits a little bit the leg, you know, maybe it's a little bit loose on the belt. So it doesn't matter, all these things are like, nobody's gonna see them or notice them, to be honest. Maybe no one's gonna see the short at all, ever. It's never gonna be finished, so it doesn't matter, but okay, let's see. I want to fix that. The biggest thing I see, like, that really annoys me is the arm when it leaves the things, like, you know, it hits the, there's like, it's like stepped in a weird way. And this little noise at the end, at the arm, there is a little bit noise there, here. So many like little pops, but I don't really care, I think, for these details. Like, it's gonna be okay. Some motion blur, some like lights. Yeah, let's bring the last sword and try to like do a quick pass now. This meant this stream today is still very long, but I just want to get it done. Okay, now it's gonna be a lot of cheating. I'm just gonna like try my best to make this work. It's not gonna work. It's gonna be horrible. One thing I could do is actually hide this, and no one's gonna notice. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna be like, oh, in the previous shot you had an extra knife there, you know. Nobody's gonna know. No. Even I wouldn't notice, to be honest. Okay, so let's hide this a little bit. Let's try, maybe put this all the way here. No, because this belt thing is gonna be not visible at some point. So it's gonna go like super, like cheating here. I'm gonna do this. It's like floating. This thing is floating. So let's delete this stuff. I'm gonna grab the hips. Not the hips. Let's grab the... Everything is baked now. God damn it. What can I grab? Oh, that's a decent one. I'm gonna grab this one and this one. And I'm just gonna go key. Oh no. Key. Go a little bit step by step to make it work. The knife is following the hips, I think. So technically should stay there pretty much. But it's because, you know, especially when I take a step forward, I need to sit everything there because everything goes inside, like the leg. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. If you could see it from here, it would look amazing. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Let's go. Here. I'm gonna go and just keep the same. And here it starts, the guy starts moving. The belt, no, I think that's the problem, but I wasn't sure like exactly how to skin this thing because there's so many things that the guy is wearing. Like, you see there is like the, if I hide the, which one was it? Yeah, this part. Then there is this, and then it's the leg. So the skinning was like just a nightmare. And of course I hate it. I'm an animator. I don't want to rig, I don't want to skin, I don't want to do anything. There's so many things this guy has, but yeah, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, here it starts moving. Maybe I go a little bit, this goes like that, just some overlap, like. And here I have to cheat it again. Some noise. I think I need more here because he's lifting his foot. So something like this maybe. Yeah. And here I'm gonna go the opposite way, but I'm gonna cheat. Because it's just, yeah. No, don't worry about it. You know, it's like, it's one more animation. I just go a little bit. Okay, so now here I gotta just stay lower without going through the arms, which is gonna be very difficult. Oh my god, it's not gonna work. Nothing's like, it's a mess. Let's check it. Yeah, I love the noise up and down, and then here when it goes bam, I think that's the most important part. I want to go here, delete this. Wait. Yeah, you see here, it starts going forward. I can delay this a little bit, and then delay this a little bit, and here go all the way. Maybe let's try that. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see the positions though from the front, which is the important part. Okay. This is so obvious that it's floating, that it's not touching anything. It's somehow cheated more here. I hate this. Yeah, this I need somehow to like. Mess. Yeah, boom, more. Do this. So if I track the tip of the sword, you see it's like a little bit more maybe here. It hits a wall there. Here, I gotta go more. Okay, and here starts going up. Keep this down. Try to make it kind of make sense. It doesn't have to be great, but yeah, like here, if you're from the front, you see this not touching anything. It's gonna be weird. I think that's good, but like too much here. So maybe somewhere there, and just like hide this as well. Oh wow, like this didn't work at all. How I thought it would work. Let's go here. Whoa, here. Okay, so here I want to have this kind of like cyclical, I guess it's the word. Kind of go around on an arc. Basically, it was exactly like the knee's doing. So let's try that. Okay, actually this is going to be the hardest, I think, because everything is inside itself here. Oh man, it's some craziness I have animated here. Okay. So this, it's a wall as well. God damn it. Let's go. Bam. Bam. Okay. Come on, keyboard. W, W. Boom. Okay. Sit. And this seems so fast. It needs to overlap a lot more. Like now it's like perfect with the body somehow. Yeah, this crazy goes now inside the leg there. Let's see. This needs to go here. Oh, is it inside the leg there already? Yeah, it was. Yeah, let's just try like kind of hide it, I guess, here. It's so weird that it comes over everything. This, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It makes sense. It's overlapped that way as well. Again, the pivot should be here now, but technically, but okay. I'm cheating everything in this shot. Okay. How am I going to go back to the normal position? I have no idea. Okay, let's see how this works so far. Okay, here, this should go over. Why is my... It's so annoying, this keyboard thing. Here, this needs to also be down. Kind of okay-ish the way it slips under the belt there. I just think that, say if this is the key here, we can go here and then somehow make this kind of slide under, and then like the goes like boom. But yeah, it should continue, this part should continue rotating up basically. My keyboard, please be helpful. Okay, so you see here goes, this part seems to go up. Keyboard stops working now every 2 seconds. So yeah, it goes up, and here it stops. So I want to go up, seat it even more up, and maybe like that. Yeah, and then settle. Maybe delay the settling a little bit. Yeah, that's true, man. One of the things that I really hated in games was this intersections. Like my mind was so like, because sometimes, of course, especially in mobile games and stuff, like because the I don't know, some people don't know this. It's good to know, to share this information as well. You know, when you work, it depends on the resolution of the if you're working, for example, on PlayStation 5, of course you have more, you can animate more details, and basically the console allows you more details on your rig. But every engine, I think when I was working with Unity, there was this like setting that it was like how many bones per vertex can be skinned and stuff, and I don't remember now how many it was, but so basically it was like every character, we have this many characters in the game, and they can be spawned together. Yeah, 3, is it 3? Yeah, good. Honestly, I don't remember anymore. That's like 6 years ago now. But and also now I use Unreal. But yeah, man, I remember thinking, why can't I just rig? Because then I was rigging the characters and animating. But I mean, rigs were horrible. Like nobody. I think it's like this is the thing. I'm an okay rigger, but when someone says I need to have a specific thing, I'll think a lot of like how can I add a role, like in my already rigged leg, things like that. But a rigger could do it, but for me it would take a long time for me to like test things and try things out. But in any case, and I remember thinking like, okay, so you cannot add a chain. Like for example, if some guy had a cloth, you can maybe add an FK kind of like motion to the cape, to the cloth or something. But you could have like maybe two rigs because there was two joints, because there was the limit of like how many joints per rig. At least I think it's a company thing. It's not like it's so much maybe an engine, but there was this kind of limitations, I guess, and I hated it. I was like, I don't know. And also you can't because in film, you can see a lot of things with like, I'm gonna add the deformer here, like there was this a stream I did with how to animate a flag with a cloth deformer and just some blend shapes and stuff. But this wouldn't. Maybe the blend shapes nowadays they can be transferred, but man, deformers, they don't work in any engine. It's like some deformers, some Maya deformers, they don't work. And the cloth sim that the engines have, it's okay, but it's very gamey. You can't really control it. Yeah, that's the things I really don't miss about games now. Because I said before, I miss kind of working small teams and all this stuff. There's other things that I don't miss. Okay, noise now. Oh, like there is a snappy part that I don't like. This goes back faster than the leg does. It's like it's being pulled. So I need to fix that. I think it's probably this guy. Just gonna smooth that. As long as it doesn't go through, I guess, too much. Undo. God damn it! It's so frustrating because there is this latency on my keyboard. Like it works, but it doesn't. But then it's like, okay, it works. Okay, here it's weird that it goes like that. Okay, let's see this. I should leave it soon. Too late, like at 3 in the morning. That's crazy. Yeah, like here I can just. You have to wait for my keyboard to respond. I can do this, I guess, instead of wait for my keyboard. My keyboard still needs to communicate. So much like. Yeah, man, like it's what you mentioned in the beginning about copying curves. For me in games, that was like a lifesaver, Yeah. No, I got that, yeah. But yeah, it's like as an animator, I think that's a good tip as well, like to share overall. It's like just do the best you can to like be efficient for you, to make it work. Because at the end of the day, no one, like I think that's kind of like I don't know, that's my opinion again. Because I've met animators over the years that they were teaching, especially teacher, like good animators, like they were great, and they say things like the graph editor never lies and things like that, and it's kind of, yeah, of course it's true, because it's technically whatever it's a graph editor, it's what your animation is doing. But that said, it doesn't matter, if my shot looks amazing in the viewport and the rendered, doesn't matter how ugly my graph editor is in a weird way. So if all my characters are not great, like I could bake everything in once. This is always this is kind of like the worst example I can give. And you're like, it's smooth, the animation is smooth now, but I just bake everything on once. I turn on step. What you see in the screen is it's exactly the same, because it's frame by frame, it's like a 2D thing. You can't see between frames. And it's wrong, to have step if you want to have a smooth animation. But is it, if it's every frame animated, then it's not wrong, That's what I'm saying, like what you see in the screen is what matters. Yeah, and that's what everyone should do, like just copy stuff, take care of, throw them on something else, save time, especially in games, because let's say you do a walk cycle and you've done a million walk cycles, every character is different, but you can take a curve, like the up and down of the hip, put it on someone else, these things, and then scale them down and then bake it again on 2s or like 3s or whatever. It's like, one thing I really loved in games, when I was doing later in the next game, there was like they were trying to do a game that basically this was released, but I didn't want to use anything in Mario. But I did a lot of like first person kind of stuff. And what I love, because I had to animate the other people as well, like trying to go with a weapon. I love doing this stuff, like I saw from Richard Lico, where it was like, yeah, you do aim constraints and stuff. So like I'm animating, like the up and down, and then I'm doing what you say, of like offsetting this to maybe copying the translation to the rotation. So I'm trying to like get everything for free. Then I'm like animating like a aim locator for the gun, and I'm only animating the locator basically. So aim constraint, sorry, for the gun. And all the animation was done in like, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours. It's because I took stuff from everywhere and just like combined them. I think it's cool. It's cool, like if you can do things like this, it's always cool. Let's turn some music on here. I think, yeah, let's try to like finish this sword here. I don't even remember now. I thought it was shaking too much, or what did I say? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it starts going up here, but it should go down. More down at least, and then go up. Oh yes, definitely. That's another thing that this question, and I should say the question that you said, like consider an animator for those seats. No, I was just gonna say, it's nice that you're joking, of course, but man, when I started working in film and stuff, I had this feeling, because I thought, oh my god, finally I'm not in games, I'm gonna do like original stuff, cool shots, like I did that as a student, basically, that you get I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to like yes, you're considered a good animator. Yeah, I love this. But man, I was so surprised that, because there is, before the actual work on a film starts, there is a development process, like a dev kind of part, where you do cycles, like when the riggers are working on the rigs, people that join the project early, they do these things. So you have this like approved by client, this is how the creature should walk, some lion or whatever. So the supervisor will tell you, okay, I want the lion to walk like this. Nobody would start from zero, because you have like we said, deadlines, right? So technically, it's like I had this question starting out. No, but I'm a good animator, you know, let me do the whole thing, you know, kind of like that. Like, I'm a good animator, I don't want to use other people's things, you know. But you realize, like, it's the company, like I said, it's not about like you saying like, oh, I did this, you know. And technically you did do this, you know, because of course you get notes, you adjust, you do all these things. But man, if you can start from something and like combine things, you are an animator because you know how to do this and you did it, you know. It's kind of saying like this thing about like, if you write a book, you know, but you just write a book, you know, are you a writer, professional writer? I don't know. You are technically, you're a writer of the book, you know. If you animate a shot, you're an animator. But it used to bug me, that's why I want to say this. Like, it used to bug me when I started, like the first few months, when I realized that other people steal, you know, stuff. I was like, no, that's wrong. But yeah, now I steal every day. No, I mean, it's been years since I started stealing. And that's the best part, that you steal from your own self if you can do it, you know, just like go here, take the scarabs, put it to some other thing. Yeah. Okay, so now it goes down, but somehow the translation comes up, it's strange. Goes down. Okay. And then this should be like still fast. That's cool. Let's overshoot this a little bit. Nice, noisy. I don't like the beginning of it. Like there's something here. Okay. Yeah, here it should keep going down. Delay this snappy kind of going back, so I'm gonna offset this, make it like, and here, you know, it would be nice. It would be nice if I had this one frame, maybe that it goes a bit like this. Yeah, now I'm going to like one frame changes. I don't want to do that. I think, especially like for now, this is okay. Oh yeah, let's fix the arm as well. I don't want to stop today. It's so weird. I don't want to, because it's like, I don't want to stream again for this shot and to do the arm, you know. So I'm just gonna try to like fix that part. It's up here, up to here it's okay, and here we have this mess. So I'm just gonna let it go. There's a rotation here that's weird as well. And it's there, the X rotation, I think. Also here, what's going on with the curves? Okay, let me see what you're saying here, guys. But I know people that have been medallic post the graphic that your philosophy, you know. Oh yeah, I know people like that as well, that they say like, yeah, you gotta expose everything. But yeah. What do you mean by in-betweeners? In 3D is kind of like pointless, right? Because it's like the computer is the in-betweener. I mean, I wish it was kind of this case, because then everyone would be like fucking superstar animator. Like, imagine if you, instead of like, oh, you have to start in smaller company, and like that the companies would hire some people and just like make them, but like be patient with them, because a lot of companies, they have these training programs, but they're like, oh yeah, a year later you're not a great animator, so we can't hire you. It's like, yeah, no shit. What we do is, it's so like time consuming, and like not time consuming, what's the word, it takes so much time to learn, because it's like it's a skill, and all skills, there's no shortcuts. You can kind of like find a faster path, I guess, and like depending on how you learn, which is individual ways. Like, some people learn by visuals and like videos and reading, whatever. And there's so many concepts that it takes time for all of them to like click. It's like learning to, I don't know, you can watch videos about tennis, but you'll never be good at tennis if like you don't grab a racket is the word, yeah. Or even worse, like the best example I can think of is like, you can think about swimming, but you'll never be a good swimmer like if you don't swim. And that's the thing, like there's no secret to like, this is, I watched this tutorial and I learned everything. And I realized this because in the beginning I was trying to find the secret of like, how do you become a great animator? There is no secret. It's kind of like slowly, steadily you get there to become maybe not a great animator, but like, a okay one. And maybe one day, you'll be a great one, like, I don't know, like the Glenn Keanes of the world and James Baxter's, all these guys. Wow, girls hate me. Here, it's like craziness happening. Let's just quickly like fix that. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Let's bake it. Maybe now it's the spacing too much here. Let's bring this guy a little bit closer. Yeah, there's some noise there again. Yeah, it's nothing's perfect. We're not perfect. This is not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be okay, I guess. Man, the shoulder noise here is killing me. Yeah, what's going on? Oh, look at this. Was that there before? How did I notice this before? That's insane. Was that there before? I'm gonna undo everything now. I was here before. That's crazy. Anyway. Thank you. Yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't look great, but looks okay. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna try to make this work here. This, okay, that. And now here, it's so weird that it's so far, and I never noticed this before. It's like there is this frame here, boom, that the arm's so hyperextended. I can push the shoulder, I guess, but it goes too crazy. Yeah, so this I need to... So I think what I'm gonna do is lift this so it doesn't hide completely. And then I'm just gonna like check the test. There should be... Yeah, maybe, let's see. And I'll just do a quick adjustment to that part. For like 2 frames maybe. Try to make it not snap there in 1 frame. So like, yeah, maybe here, just like that. Also, this spacing of the rotation of the arm really bugs me. This one. Let's see. Anyway, I see. Now I see so many things. I gotta stop. Because I like, yeah, I'll go forever. Okay, let's see. I'll fix that as well. Oh, there's a layer here, that's why. I snapped it. Maybe, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is like something like this. Yeah. Or not. No, it isn't. Wait. So again, this weird interpolations. See this? Yeah, this is way too much. This part. Also, I wonder what's going on. I think there is somehow like let's try oh yeah. It is the constraint. I just don't want to like instead of like, because here's the constraint turning on. What I want to do is this, like, just kind of bring it closer, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, let's see how we can make this like not horrible. Because also we're gonna see it from the front, so it's very important. Very noisy, but let's see. I think it's okay. It's okay. It's horrible, but also the elbow now. I see so many things every time. I gotta do maybe one more stream and just like fix the fingers and stuff, which I don't have time. I think today is too much to do. Okay, so here it goes like here. It's a bit lower. The arm goes like insane. Can't see anything. What the hell? This wasn't here before. All these hyper extensions, they weren't there before. It's so crazy. It feels so weak now. It feels so weak, the heat. Yeah, it's okay. We survived. Yeah. Yeah, let's fix that as well. Like I said, the elbow here. So, at the end, it's weird. So maybe here is okay. Here it needs to be like maybe here, but then eventually needs to just like loosen up a little bit. I can't fix hyperextension. It keeps coming back. I hate it. I hate it. It's good enough. I'll stop. No, man. I no sleep until finish. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. I don't want to stay all night. I am kind of a crazy guy, so I do this a lot. But then tomorrow I'll regret it if I continue now. Like sometimes I do all nighters like for no reason. Uh, yeah, but man, I love this. That's the problem, and it's like the problem. It's like a what's it called? Double-edged sword, you know? It's like a blessing and a curse. It's good to like what you do, but then I like it too much sometimes. Yeah, yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough for now. What I would like to do, I think, one more stream is try to fix this weirdness. Like I didn't animate this guy that much. It's so many, like, you see these parts here. I would like to lead a little bit the heat. Like when he lifts here, it's weird. And leading with the elbow going down, it would be nice, I think. And here maybe like push back. Now I keep going instead of like saying I'll do it next time. But yeah, animations are never finished, only abandoned. Man, I couldn't agree more with that statement. It's like, especially in my own short film, it's like because there's no like I'm the client, you know, I approved or like whatever. I'm the director or the designer, whatever. I'm like, is it good enough? It's never good enough. But at some point, I have to be like, yeah, let's go because I think now I have to do 11 more animations and that's it. And then I go into like I've already built all the environments. I just have to like bring everything in and kind of like light it a little bit better and render it, you know? Because the lights are there, but once you put the characters, of course, you want to adjust. But oh my god, it's like, yeah. I hope in like 3 months or 4 months I finish this because it's like, because I want to start another thing. It's not like I don't want to do anything. It's just like, yeah. But now it's kind of like I always bring the shots to. Now there's another hyperextension here that I didn't see before. Uh, I bring everything to kind of like a blocking state, you know, that I'm like, okay, nothing is popping like crazy. Nothing is like, I don't know, like it hits kind of like what my storyboard was doing and what my reference is doing, and then it's like it sells the story basically. It's like the action I want it to be. Uh, where the where is that? You know now what happened is like I can't see the Something's going on. Something weird is happening. And this is, I think, why all this snappiness is happening. Because somehow this guy and all these controllers are going here and they get like boop. What the hell? When did I do this? Okay. Anyway. You know, I want to just fix that. Maybe. I'll think of like 3 more things soon. And also the opposite. So here I want to like kind of make it a little bit more straight. Here, boom, this snappiness, it's horrible. So maybe we can here like make it like a little bit smoother. Go even frame by frame here now. Let's see. Okay, so what I need to do is key this, and here I need to lead. So the elbow is already there, so the spacing isn't that big. Okay. I hope this makes sense what I'm saying, but anyway, I'm talking to myself as well. Yeah, something did happen because that definitely wasn't there before. Like this part. And I'm gonna bake everything because now I'm losing it. I see things that definitely weren't there before. And it could be just Maya like freaking out, you know. And then I restart Maya and it's a different animation. Okay, yeah, let's fix that one frame that I saw there. Where was that part? Where was that part that it was inside? Like here. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. I'm losing it, guys. I'm going crazy. Okay. This. Put a layer. Let's just boom. Grab that. Let's go actually world. So it goes same time. Okay. Also the music stopped. Key. Go 0 here. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, especially these things are like all these overlappy stuff are not perfect. They're very noisy, but at least there's some motion. Nothing is dead. Let's just like try to like. But this is such a like weird. The way the wrist is so weird. So I'm just gonna try to like bring that elbow out somehow here to like make this a little bit better. I think it's okay. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not horrible. I'm just gonna take a little bit the arc again and then call it a day. Oh man, yeah. This I have so many things, you know. Let's see. What did I want to do before? Yeah, I said take the arc. You see, I'm getting tired already. I'm kind of forgetting what I say. So let's bring the locators back. Actually, no, I can just do it like this. The one on the top of the spear, I want to take the visualize. Where is it? Yeah, here. Just want to do a quick checkup. It's nice. Here there is some noise that I don't like, but let's try to fix that. From the top is kind of nice, but from the front goes out, then down, and so here this is what I don't like. So I'm just gonna push this, and nothing reacts. It's weird. The constraints are not working. Damn it. Why? I didn't bake those. God damn it. Anyway, let's grab the... I don't want to mess it up now. Dude. Let's delete this guy. I bake this. Oh man, yeah, I gotta get some. Yeah, 3:30, and it's 3 hour 3:20. I think now stream. I should do one like a 24-hour one weekend. It should be like weird, you know. Like let's. I think maybe when I finish my short film, like the final animation, maybe when I'm like I just want to do like the final polish one. I'll be like 2 animations. Let's get them out. It's okay. No worries. It's. I would have stopped it maybe like 2 hours or something, even maybe earlier, but because of all the conversation, it's kind of nice. It's like hanging out. That's cool. But yeah, I think now I'll just do this thing that annoyed me. It's so noisy, the elbows, I hate it, but the only thing that really... Wait, I did destroy this somehow. I'll just leave it because now I might do it. I might make it worse. I'm so tired. I actually think it's fine, like for now. Yeah, guys, it's okay. I don't really play inside, but yeah. Man, like, I think it's fine. I can noodle this forever, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like it's a guy taking out the katana, you know, and slicing the air. Basically, in this shot, he's like surrounded because next shot is gonna be something like this, and he's idling like this in this pose. It's an idle, but he's surrounded by other guys. But yeah, in this shot, he's like, come at me, guys, kind of like that. Yeah. Save. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay creative. keep animating, have fun. Like we said, you know, hug your loved ones, and try to be like live life in every breath, like the short is called. And yeah, and thanks for hanging out and talking to me and keeping me company. I'll see you around. Probably soon. I'm gonna stream again. Yeah, get some sleep. Cool. Bye, guys. Oh yeah. Thanks. I will. Yeah, I'll keep doing that.